This is the culmination of 3 years of a relationship between the Center for Sports Leadership and Innovation and Kevin Durant. We're going to use his narrative to really demystify this thing that we call entrepreneurship. Leadership and entrepreneurship, they're really one and the same.
A lot of us never got entrepreneurial training growing up, and it's a shame really, because we know that brilliant ideas that are executed well and become amazing companies are really what drives the world's economy and really makes change in the world. We want to get these students started at a very young age to start thinking about what legacy they can make by creating their own ventures.
When they go to college, so many students drop out because they just don't know why they're there. And so giving them exposure from a very early age to different careers is really important. Part of our goal here is to create leaders for this community, create wealth for this community. That will be a wonderful path to social mobility.
The more that we have, the more we have to give back. It's about how you pour into people's lives. I smile because I'm excited, because I believe in the young people so much, so I think it's imperative that they are in an environment like this.
We have a chance to talk to kids in a community that may not realize that anyone today can become an entrepreneur. And that entrepreneur, they become leaders, they become faces of a brand. The way Kevin now, as an investor, has become the face of innovation.
The idea that he could take basketball and how hard he worked at becoming great at basketball and do things that he's been able to do in countries around the world and back at his alma mater has just been incredible. And to me, that's like the truest definition of an entrepreneur. As we continue to build out in all the communities that impacted Kevin, I really think that having the sports and leadership program right by his side in each one of these communities is the ultimate goal.
We want to get the kids really thinking about what their personal core values are and infuse them into their professional life.
The biggest thing that I hope that the kids take away from this program is that they can be comfortable with who they are and put themselves out there, because I think the way that you build those authentic relationships is by being vulnerable with others, and so I hope that they get some of that here. I think the biggest barrier for kids taking that next step is the fear of embarrassment. They're constantly thinking about how others are looking at them, and they're comparing themselves to others. They're seeing everybody else's highlights on their social media, and they're constantly thinking about their own self-worth and their image.
We're gonna start talking about how can we start to invest in ourselves on the micro level. So we went macro, thinking about the market of VC and venture capital. Let's go micro now and think about what are some of the building blocks and the characteristics of an entrepreneur. What is holding you back? If you could isolate the number one thing that you think is holding you back right now, how many times did we hear this? Right?
If you have an idea, don't give up. If you really want to do that one thing, just keep trying.
If you want to step up and be a leader, you can do it.
I can still be successful doing my passion as long as I put in the hard work and the drive. I want to be able to do what I love.
If you stay comfortable, you stay in that comfort zone, you're never gonna venture out and you're never gonna learn how to do stuff. You're gonna be scared to fail. 90% of your success is failure. And I remember that quote, I wrote that one down. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to make more of myself so I can showcase what I can do.
Getting some people convinced about your idea, bringing together a team, it's some of the most exciting stuff that you can do as an entrepreneur, and it really builds you a path into making it and being successful.
Today we're presenting you guys with the app called Ball IQ. 30% of US students is 313,000 number of kids failing.
The layout for Paradise would be, the main area would be the lounging area. And that's where students can come and sit down on beanbag chairs.
Drums roll, please. And that group is Paradise.
It's incredible. I wish I were exposed to entrepreneurship at an earlier age. The opportunity to pitch or to think that you could go from idea to launch wasn't a thing, when I was coming up. These kids are going to be so far advanced when they're ready and when they're ready to hone their ideas. I think it could be game changing for Prince George's County.